2. Life principles that changed how I grew up in just 1 year. Over the past year, I took a hard, honest look at myself, and I realized 2 principles that reshaped the way I live, think, and grow. They're not complicated. They're not inspirational quotes meant to sound smart. But the more life I live, the more experience I gain, the more I see how foundational these 2 ideas are to building a stable, healthy, and meaningful life. I'm not sharing this to preach. I'm sharing it in the hope that you can learn something without having to pay the same price in pain. 1. Every problem is information. Ignoring it makes things worse. Some life lessons sound obvious, but there's a difference between simple and easy. Here's the truth. Before we experience something, we underestimate it. After we go through it and survive, we finally understand it. If we learn the lesson before suffering, that's a rare form of luck. Life is constantly sending us messages. The problem is that those messages rarely arrive in comfortable forms. A recurring headache, ongoing fatigue, a growing sense of emptiness, frustration, or burnout. Most people try to ignore these signals because they're unpleasant. But silencing the messenger doesn't eliminate the message. Instead, treat every issue as data. Treat discomfort as feedback. Persistent headaches aren't nothing. Long-term sadness or emotional exhaustion isn't weakness. It's life telling you something needs to change. Rather than avoiding it, try this. Re-examine your lifestyle. Review your eating, sleeping, and work habits. Write the problem down and analyze it seriously. Ask for help when needed. Not every challenge is meant to be handled alone, and not every lesson needs to be learned the hard way. 2. Self-love is not selfish. It's a responsibility. After observing myself and others closely, one pattern became very clear. People who don't know how to take care of themselves rarely experience real peace or long-term happiness. Let's clear up a major misunderstanding. Self-love is not selfishness. Selfishness is taking more without regard for consequences. Self-love is caring for yourself in ways that make your future better, not worse. Overindulgence is not self-love. Self-destruction disguised as rewarding yourself is not self-love. Late nights, excessive drinking, poor sleep, constant junk food, they feel good in the moment. They drain your energy the next day. Over time, they damage your health, focus, and financial stability. If an action makes you feel better briefly, but costs you immediately afterward, it's hard to call that love. A practical definition of self-love: doing what benefits you today without harming you tomorrow. Self-love is building a foundation, not putting on a performance. When you're truly healthy, you don't need to prove it. When you're genuinely calm, you don't need to act tough. When you're secure inside, you don't need to force a life that isn't yours. Self-love is about creating a foundation so you don't have to pretend, overcompensate, live against your own values. It starts with the basics: balanced, nutritious eating, enough quality sleep, regular physical movement, taking care of your physical health. When your body functions well, your perspective on life changes. Then comes mental care, self-awareness, intentional rest, meditation, not as spirituality, but as a mental training tool for calm and clarity. When both body and mind are properly supported, you naturally live with less resistance, make clearer decisions, stop trying to become someone else. Conclusion: a better life doesn't come from dramatic breakthroughs. It starts with 2 grounded habits: listening carefully to what problems are trying to tell you, loving yourself with discipline, not indulgence. This path isn't flashy. It doesn't look impressive on social media, but it's stable, it's sustainable, and when your foundation is solid, life doesn't feel so heavy anymore.